Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Erskine the Prophet here to do another video. This video is gonna be called "The Information We're Getting is BS, Time After Time." So, this video, I want to just address some of the things that's being put out to us as fact and gospel and truth, and it's total hogwash and BS. And I'm not even gonna take my time to address the religious side of things, because I really don't believe religion really gives us any answers to anything anyway. So most of us who really seeking real knowledge are looking to the scientific community for answers, and what we're getting from them is just as bad, if not worse, than what's coming from the religious side of things. Now, I'm somebody who constantly seeks knowledge. I love knowledge. I love to learn. I love to know about everything I can possibly know about. You know what I'm saying? I read all the time. I watch things all the time. I listen to things all the time. I'm constantly trying to improve my knowledge. The problem I run into is that there's so much BS out there that you got to constantly filter through this BS just to get to any real, answers about anything. So, I want to take a couple of these things I've been hearing that I just can't take no more. And I got to address them on my channel, even if I don't even reach that many people. If I used to want to when I first started this, I wanted to reach millions of people. Then that slowly became thousands of people. Now, if I reach like 2 or 3, 4, or 5 people, I'm cool. I don't even care no more. If I can't get through to the masses, so be it. It is what it is. But one of the first things I want to talk about is this thing I keep hearing about the dinosaurs being wiped out by an asteroid 65 million years ago. I hear this shit I don't care what I read, what I look at, what I listen to. I constantly hear this, and it is driving me nuts. I'm tired of hearing it. Nobody was there 65 million years ago. We don't know what the hell we don't know what killed the dinosaurs off. We don't know if it was an asteroid. To be honest, I'm thinking humans probably wiped them out, just like we wipe out every other animal. Think about how many animals would be extinct right now if we weren't protecting them. We would have seen the end of a lot of variety of different animals, a lot of species of animals. They'd be gone. So how do I know that we didn't wipe out the dinosaurs, humans? Speaking of, another thing I want to bring up is we don't know how long humans have been living on this planet. I keep hearing 40, another thing I hear in the scientific community, we somehow came about around 45,000 years ago in Africa, Homo sapien human beings, the modern human. Now, my thing about that is there's a group of people living on what's called the North Sentinel Islands. We call these the North Sentinelese people. It's a group of islands off of the Indian Ocean. Now, supposedly, these people have been there for 60,000 years. So, somebody's lying somewhere. Either these people weren't there for 60,000 years as somebody's claim. I don't even know how they came up with that number, to be honest, but supposedly they've been there for 60,000 years. Now, I'm sure they didn't just pop up on the island 60,000 years ago. So, more than likely, humans have had to been living much longer than 60,000 years ago for them to have migrated to these islands. Now, the interesting thing about these North Sentinelese people is that they're black as charcoal. These are African people. Somehow managed to navigate their way all the way to these islands off of the Indian Ocean in Asia. These are islands in Asia, but these are Africans that have been living there for 60,000 years. So the point I really want to make is we don't know jack diddly squat. Nobody don't know anything. And every time somebody comes up with a theory, they want to present it as fact. It's truth. It's gospel. Think about how they had us thinking the Neanderthals were just idiots, not much smarter than monkeys lumbering around. Now we find out the Neanderthals were just as smart as us, maybe even smarter than us in some respects. Speaking of that, how do we know that the Neanderthals really died out? How do we know that there aren't Neanderthals living right now? There are billions and billions of people living in this world. How do we know there aren't Neanderthals living amongst us? How do we know there aren't Denisovans living amongst us right now? I find it, I'm not even sure that these races of people have totally died out. They still may, look at some of the people that are like over almost 8 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall. Why don't we start testing those guys for Neanderthal DNA first? we may be surprised. Speaking of, that brings me to a really good point, something I want to mention. You know, a lot of the time race comes up, ethnicity comes up. Let me explain to y'all why everybody looks different. The reason why humans look different is based upon our ancestors having to deal with the conditions they had to deal with to survive on this planet. That's why people look different. That's how, now, basically, that's called evolution, if you didn't know. People have evolved differently based on the conditions they had to deal with on this planet. Meaning if you were in a very cold environment, you would have evolved a certain way. If you were in a very hot environment, you may have evolved a certain way. If you were in a, like say if you were in an icy environment with the sun constantly reflecting off of the ice, you know, kind of blinding you, that may have caused you to evolve a certain way. There are Tibetans who live in Asia. Tibetans are the only people on this planet who can survive at very high elevations and not, choke to death, basically. They're the only ones who can breathe in these high elevations. To put that in more perspective, say if you climb a mountain, you know, every time you climb the mountain, you have to stop at a certain point and acclimate, you know, to that elevation, to that atmosphere. And as you go up the mountain, you have to constantly stop and acclimate, you know, so that you can breathe in these higher elevations. These Tibetan people don't have to do that. Somehow they've evolved and for some way, somehow, to where they can survive in these higher elevations without having to acclimate. And, you know, and there's a whole bunch of different evolutionary, you know, I guess changes that happen in people as they evolve. You know, so if you want to really know why we all look different, that's why we all look different. That's why some of us may have different complexions, different, you know, smaller noses, wider noses, slanted. I mean, all of that plays into the evolution of people on this planet at whatever period this happened at. And I don't know what time, I don't know when that happened. And let me tell you something, nobody else knows either. Nobody knows. And if somebody does know, they're keeping it secret from all of us. Because the stuff that's being put out there makes absolutely no sense at all. You know, I keep hearing that we evolve. You know, people who believe in evolution believe we have a common ancestor with the chimpanzee because we are so closely genetically to them, with like 99.6%, 8%, something ridiculously high. We're very genetically close to the chimp. But if you look at us, whatever that 2.2% is, made a whole hell of a lot of difference because we are not monkeys. We are not primates. Humans are on a whole other level. We are not, a lot of people want to call us animals. And in a sense, you can say we are, but because our intelligence has evolved so far beyond the animal kingdom, we really can't consider ourselves animals. Our intelligence is on a level, you know, as smart as they try to say chimps are, they're not on our level. They're nowhere near our level. They're intelligent to a sense, but so are birds. Birds are highly intelligent. You know what I'm saying? The ravens, the crows, birds are, octopuses are, you know, in the ocean are ridiculously intelligent. Whales and dolphins are incredibly intelligent. Pigs are incredibly intelligent. There are a lot of intelligent animals. You know, and if you want to, what's really funny about the primates, the monkeys and the apes, they are the only animal on this planet that don't know how to swim. Every other animal on this planet can swim except for those primates. And they're supposed to be the most intelligent. Think about that. Even humans can swim. It's like every other animal's natural instinct is to swim. Like, you know, every animal's natural instinct is not to look at the sun. Animals know not to look up at the sun and go blind from it. You know what I mean? But one other thing I want to mention about our evolution is we don't know how we evolved and how long humans have been on this planet. You know, we seem to think We don't know how the monkeys got here, and we don't know how the apes got here. So how will we know how the humans got here? There is a chance that we could have came about at the same time as the monkeys came about. The monkeys, the apes, the humans, all of us may have come about at the same time. Humans may have been living on this planet for way longer than we realize. Humans may have come and gone. It's no telling. We really don't understand the evolution, of this, of the planet. I'm gonna say this. We know that the trees had to come before the humans and all of the other life on the land. So, I'm gonna tell you, I haven't quite figured this out, and maybe some people smarter than me can watch the video and help me figure it out. The life start in the water first, or did the trees come? Were the trees here first? I'm guessing life in the water didn't need the trees. So the life in water, I'm guessing, started first. Then the trees came about, which made life possible for life on land. And then I believe certain creatures came out of the water and started living on land. The reason why I believe that we come from the water, all of us ultimately, is because we're primarily all made out of water, and we all need water to drink. Like you can't survive like 3 days without water. It's like incredible. It's probably the most important thing, other than oxygen, us breathing oxygen, to our survival, is drinking water. So that's what makes me believe every life probably all started in the water. I can't say for sure, but that's just another thing like that people are passing off as gospel when we don't know. We just don't know. Like even in terms of space. I read a lot of space articles, a lot of the things they're doing with the different cameras and all the high-tech cameras, the super cameras, the cameras they've retired. I mean, not just the cameras, but like the telescopes and stuff like that. Even with that, they say all of this stuff is happening out there when we have no way to know. We don't have a way to know. We can't even see what's happening on the moon, the closest thing to us. There's no telescope out there showing us real time what's happening on the moon. But yet you're going to tell us what's happening in another solar system, another galaxy, millions of years across the universe. You're telling us how these things are happening. How? How is that possible? Once again, you're making more theories and presumptions that you don't know about. And then you pass them off as gospel. And then, and this is what happens every year. Oh, we were wrong about that. The next year, oh, we were wrong about that. The next year, oh, we were wrong about that. And I guess what I'm saying is not trying to cast stones, but damn, we got to get this together in terms of the information that we come up with and that we present. And maybe we should start saying, instead of saying that this is that, maybe we're saying there's a possibility that this is the way it is, or this is one of the theories of how this might work. Instead of presenting this stuff as truth and gospel, when there's just no way to do it. There's just no way to do it. Speaking of out in outer space, there's a lot of people who talk about aliens. Once again, me personally, I don't really believe it's as easy as people think for aliens to visit. Think about the life on this planet, and could the life on this planet survive on any other planet that we know of? The answer is probably no. And more than likely, that life couldn't survive on this planet, because one thing people fail to mention is that there's oxygen in our atmosphere. We require oxygen to survive. That same oxygen, oxidize, rust, destroy, might wipe out other life forms that maybe will come to this planet. I don't think many life forms that don't have oxygen in their atmosphere will be able to come to this planet and deal with the oxygen. Scientists, speak up. What's up? What y'all got to say about that? Am I wrong on that? How far am I on that? You know what I'm saying? So, and while we looking for life on other planets, hey, how about probably the first thing I would think we're gonna have to look for are trees on other planets. Do other planets have life in the water, in the ocean? If that's how life started on this planet, I would think, if we're looking for life like us, those are conditions we're probably going to have to look for. Are we saying trees on other planets? The answer is hell no. We can't see anything on other planets because we can't see the surface of any planets. We can't see any of the surfaces of any of these planets or any of these moons. Maybe some of the moons in our solar system we may be able to eventually, like Jupiter's moons and Saturn's moons. But we're not seeing them in other solar systems and other galaxies, I can tell you that. They're full of crap. And that's the whole thing. We got to start being honest and truthful on the scientific side of things, because that's where I'm at. I'm on the scientific side of things. I look to science for my answers, but more than science, I look to mathematics for my answers. I believe we can solve everything through mathematics once we understand the proper mathematics to use for these various situations, whether it got to do with this planet, outer space. If you think about the pyramids and all of these structures, all of them were built with certain mathematics taking place. It's mathematics is so important. I just can't express how important that is in getting real truth and real answers. That's where we got to go, for the truth, mathematics. Religion's not going to give it to us. I know a lot of y'all believe God created everything 7,000 years ago. I'm not going to argue that with you. If that's what you want to believe, more power to you. But those of us who, know about, the tools they found 300, 400, million, 2 million years ago, tools people were using millions of years ago. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I don't think we got it right. I think we're looking for that common, link between the ape, and I don't think it's there. Something just doesn't make sense. I believe if not humans, hominids have been living on this planet for a very long time. A very long time. And like I said, those are just some of the things I kind of wanted to talk about because, it's like you can't find truth anywhere. And then everybody's such sheeple. Like people can't think for themselves. So everybody latches on to every stupid thing that's out there. And for somebody like me, I feel like I'm on an island by myself at this point. I feel like everybody's dumb but me now. I feel like I'm the only one who can see this stuff. But it's like everybody just needs something to latch on, whether it makes sense or not. And that's the thing. I can make sense out of a lot of different things. And I can, when things don't make sense, it's clear to me. My level of discernment is super duper high. I have a very high level of discernment when it comes to most things. So it's real easy for me to see what's truthful and what makes sense and what don't make sense. And what's a lie and what's not a lie. It's just easy for me to see it a lot. So all I'm saying is for the people that's smarter than me, the very tiny percentage of you that's out there, please, with y'all people, please start coming forth, trying to figure out the truths that we all are looking at, because a lot of us are seeking truth, but a lot of us are just easily deceived. So, to understand this, when you're seeking the truth, you have to have a very high level of discernment, meaning you really have to study and understand things, observe things, pay attention to things. You have to. All of that increases your level of discernment. Eat healthy, work out, keep a strong mind. I think I'm gonna end it there, to be honest. I'm just kind of discouraged because I'm really disappointed in people. The people are just so dumb. It's just unbelievable. Man, I get into arguments with dumb people all the time to the point where I don't even waste my time arguing. I don't argue with nobody. You can believe whatever you want to believe. And if you're smart enough to understand what I said in this video, if what I said in this video makes sense to you, you're the kind of people I want to talk to. And I'm going to ask you people specifically to please leave some comments. Not everybody, just the people who know where I'm coming. If you can watch this video and understand where I'm coming from, please leave some comments. Please, let's get together. Please, let's link up. Let's network. Let's try to make some things happen, so that we can get some real truths out there, so we can get some real knowledge out there to the people. I'm tired of combing through this BS, man, and listening to this BS and hearing this. Like I said, man, if I hear that 65 million year crap about the dinosaurs one more time, I'm going to choke somebody. I'm so tired of hearing it. And I know it's BS. The fact that I hear it so often lets me know it's BS. Nobody don't know what the hell happened to the dinosaurs. We don't know. We don't know how long they've been here, and we don't know how What caused them to go away? We don't know what caused the saber-toothed tigers to go away. We don't know what caused the woolly mammoths. We don't know what caused none of this stuff to go away. Maybe this stuff just evolved into other creatures. We don't know. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Intelligent people only, please comment. Anybody can subscribe. Intelligent, stupid, whoever. Dumb, smart, I don't care. I'll take all the subscribers. And I'll take all of the likes from y'all too. But only intelligent people can comment. Just the intelligent people. On that note, everybody, I love y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong. Peace.